So you're an entrepreneur with a LinkedIn account, but you haven't quite figured out how to use LinkedIn to its full potential to get new leads and make more sales. Well, what if you could post to all your LinkedIn groups on autopilot, send direct messages to all your contacts, get email addresses, and find more people to connect with all at the push of a button? Well, now you can, thanks to LinkedIn. LinkedIn helps you grow your network with its laser-targeted search capabilities. You can find people by location, occupation, industry, company, university, and more, and even filter down to the tiniest detail. Once you get the results of your search, just push the green start button and LinkedIn will send each person a connection request for you. And after they're in your network, you can download their email addresses and send them direct messages, all with just one click. LinkedIn also handles the tedious job of finding new groups for you to join and joins them for you on autopilot too. Once you've joined a new group, you can download its members and LinkedIn will send them messages and connection requests as well. And with the built-in auto poster, you can type your message one time and LinkedIn will post to all your groups on the schedule that you create. LinkedIn has many more features, and they've all been designed to help you get more traffic, capture more leads, and convert more sales. There's a 7-day trial period, so there's no risk and no way you can lose money. Put your computer to work for you today with a risk-free trial of LinkedIn.
Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson, and you have not heard from me in a while, but I've been cooking up some really great things for you. I've got a lot of requests for me to do a LinkedIn software similar to FB Virtual Assistant, and well, I have it. So I'm going to run down through these features for you. We're going to call it the LinkedIn. And what it is, it allows you to, we have 3 different modules here. We can get data, you can interact, and we have group functionality. So we look here, I'm going to just walk you through the features, and then I'm going to probably break this up into separate videos so that you can because each video, these features are pretty, I mean, I have so many features in here that if I did one video on it, it would probably take me about 90 minutes to cover everything. So I'm going to break this down into different videos because we have, let's see, I think about 10 features on here. There's 4 there, 2 there, and 4 there. So we got like 8 features. No, 4, 2, 4. That's 10 features. So what we can do is first we're going to just go ahead and log in. You're going to put your LinkedIn email address and password here. We're going to log in. So let me do that real quickly. And then just click the login button here, and it logs in for you. And from here we can start with the contacts that we already have. One thing about LinkedIn is that you can make a lot of connections, and you can also send direct messages. One thing about LinkedIn is you can only send messages to, unless you have a paid account, you can only send messages to people that you're directly connected to. And you can also, now here's something where you really can take advantage of having access to a lot of people that you can direct message. You can send a message to anyone that you share a group with. And I'm going to get into, probably in a separate video, how you can take advantage of the ability to leverage your group connections and send up to 7,500 messages through LinkedIn. And I'll show you how you can do that. But first I want to just talk about how you go about getting the contacts and what you can do with that information in the software. You have to forgive me, I have a little bit of a cold. I'm kind of getting over it. So under the get data, we have the get your contacts function where you can download information about your contacts. Several different files. Basically everything that's shown on their profile, you get that information. Then from there, if you want to get your contacts' email addresses, you can do that with this feature. Then from there, you can download all the results that LinkedIn will give for people that you may know in case you want to make new connections. Or if you have a paid account, you can send them messages with one of the LinkedIn recruiter accounts, or I forget the names of the accounts. I signed up for a trial account. They have different levels. They have, I think, like business, recruiter. We'll go through that, all the different levels. But if you have a paid account, you can send messages to people that you're not directly connected with. But even with a regular LinkedIn account, you can send messages to people that you share a group connection with, even if you're not connected. Then I have just a LinkedIn search feature, which allows you to input keywords into the search bar and get the results from there, so that you can either connect with them or send them a message. So we have get your contacts emails, get people you may know. We have the LinkedIn search feature, which uses a keyword. We have the interact module, where you can upload people that you've downloaded their profile and then connect with them, or you can send them messages if they're your contacts or if you share a group with them, or if you have a paid account. And then we have the group module, where you can download your groups. You can join groups if you use the search module and download a list of groups. You can also post to groups, and you can get group members so that you can either connect with them or send them messages. So we're going to go through each of these features one by one. And like I said, I'm going to break this into different videos. So we're going to cut this one off here and then go to the first feature, which is going to be how to get your contacts. Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson. We're going to go over these features one by one. So I'm going to do one feature per video. So this is going to be probably 9 or 10 videos in this series for the Linked Engine. Right now I have it in its prototype name. You see LI Virtual Assistant. I think I'm going to change it to Linked Engine. I'm going to be launching it this weekend. Today is February 5th. So I'm going to be launching it in the next few days, just as soon as I can get the sales page up. So the first feature that we're going to review is the Get Your Contacts. And what that's going to do is, for the people that you're already connected with on LinkedIn, this will allow you to download the information that you need to be able to send them messages, and also to get their email address. So you'll be able to, with this information that you download, you'll be able to send them messages through LinkedIn. And you'll also be able to compile their email addresses if you have an email marketing campaign. So what you're going to do is, generally with the software, you're going to pick the module, and then you're going to either upload a file or save a file, and then you're going to click the start button. And that's pretty much as simple as it gets, unless you're going to be sending a message or posting to a group or connecting to someone. Then you'll input information in one of these two boxes and check this checkbox if you want or not, and set your timing settings. And that's about as simple as it gets. So there's only one screen. I've done a lot of work on UI design, and I think this is a lot more modern than some of the other softwares that I've developed. So I'm getting better, and I think you're going to be pretty pleased with this. So to get your contacts, you're going to click Get Contacts, and then that's going to let you know that it's activated. Get Contacts activated. You see Get Contacts as the status here, and it pulls up all of your contacts. You see right here all of my first level connections, 398 in this account. So if you wanted to, you could actually filter your filter your results by whatever is on the side of LinkedIn here. So if I wanted to pick all the people that I have, let's say, gone to school with. So let's see, school, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and I know all these people. Well, we went to college together. So if I wanted to do, so if I unclick, so if I wanted to get only my contacts that I went to college with, I could do that. If I wanted to, so and that's how it works. I don't want to spend too much time on it. So you can filter it by whatever you want it. If you wanted to pick everyone in your area that you're already connected with, say 135 results. Let's go back. How many people I go to school with that I'm connected to? 36 results. Let's see. So you can filter that, and then once you do that, you pick a file name, you save a file name, so you click the Save button, and we're going to just call it mycontacts.csv. You can call it whatever you want. You can save it to whatever folder you want. Okay, so we pick that. It's going to say I already have that file, so do you want to replace it? Yes. So we're going to save it to my contacts.csv, and then we're going to just click the play button. I have 398 results, and we're going to click play, start. This is getting your search results, and it's going to cycle through the pages, get all the results, and it's going to save the file. And then we're going to take a look at what that file looks like. I'm going to fast forward it so that you don't have to wait for it to go through, I think, like 40 pages. And then we'll take a look at that file. Okay, so we're back, and it says here, done. You have found 398 results. Results saved to my desktop, my contacts.csv. Click OK. And so we're going to take a look at what that file has in store for us. So we're going to minimize this, and we're going to go to, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? My contacts. Open this file. Saved. Yeah, 25216. So we just saved it. My favorite software, OpenOffice.org. Well, OpenOffice, which you can get from OpenOffice.org. Absolutely free replacement for Microsoft Excel for all intents and purposes. Well, most intents and purposes. So we're going to open it up. And so here, first column is the LinkedIn profile URL that we got from the page. So that's the information that we're going to need to send them a message or to get their email address. Then we scroll over here. We have their name, we have their title, we have their industry, and we have their location. So that's a pretty good amount of information that we're able to get from this software. So here we have 399 results, well 398 results plus the one row for the title, so that's 398 results. And everything is completely filled out. We got that in about, I should have looked at what time we started, but it only took a few minutes. I can go back on the video and see and put it up there or talk about it in this next video. So that's how you get the contacts that you're already connected to. And now I'm going to show you how to send your contacts messages and also how to get their email addresses. So I'll see you on the next video. Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson with the next feature. Okay, so now that we have downloaded our contacts, our connections, there's a couple things we can do with those. We can get your contact emails and we can send messages. So first we're going to show you how to get the contact emails. Very simple. Like I said, the interface is very simple. You go to Get Contact Emails. You see Get Contact Emails activated, Get Contact Emails, and you go to the Upload. Click the OK. Upload your list of contacts. Click the Start button. So this is the Upload button with the folder. So you upload the file that you just created, mycontacts.csv. Now you always want to create .csv files because that's going to be the easiest file to open and read. You're not going to really need to open them until you're done getting your data, but typically you can just upload into the software, but just save it as a CSV, and you have to add the CSV extension. So you upload mycontacts.csv, and you click the Start button, and it's going to go to each of your contacts' profiles and get their email addresses for you and your email address, and it's going to add it to that same file and save it for you again. So now you have a nice completely formatted spreadsheet with everything you want to know about your contacts, including their email address. You click the Start button, and later on I may add a phone number as well because that's often listed in the contact info. But for now, we're getting the emails, and I'm going to add the phone number at some point. But so see you here, the email address is going to show up, and it's going to pull that. I have it on about a, I think about a 20 or 30-second delay between profiles, just to kind of not make too many requests on LinkedIn too fast. I'm going to optimize that so that it's a little more random. Right now, it's doing about 20 seconds per. So you'll just see the email address appear here, and it's going to be added to it. It adds it to the file after it's gone through. So you don't really want to stop the software in the middle of the process. So you'll just sit and let it run. It'll be about 20 seconds, 10, 20 seconds per. So however many contacts you have, just multiply that by about, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds, and that'll be how long it'll take to go through your contacts. So we're going to fast forward this, and I'm going to show you the output. Okay, so we're done, and it says right here, done. Emails added to desktop mycontacts.csv. So we're going to click OK, and we're going to take a look at the file and to see that our emails have been added. So I go to mycontacts.csv. We open the file. There's loading. And we click OK. Yeah, we want to open it Unicode UTF-8 English from row 1 separated by comma. Remember those settings if you're using OpenOffice so that it formats correctly. These are going to be comma separated, not tab separated. So open the file. And we go over to the final row, the last row, and we see that a column has been added called email addresses. And I have all of my contacts' email addresses right here. So we got that. And so if you have an email marketing campaign that you're working on, now you can add your contacts to it. So that's it for getting your contacts email. And the next feature we're going to go to, let me close this down. What's next? Close that. And we're now going to go to people you may know. Okay, so that'll be the next video.
Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson, and I wanted to just show you a new feature that I added, a little update that I made to LinkedIn as of version 1.07. So on the Get Contact Emails module, I've added the ability to get not only your first level contacts emails, but you can also now get their phone numbers. So if you have any sort of phone number based campaign or text message based campaign, now you can get the phone numbers of your contacts. So, and remember that in order to be able to use this functionality, you can get the emails and the phone numbers of your contacts, of your connections. So if someone's not connected to you, you would first need to add them as a connection first you can find them using the LinkedIn search or get people you may know function or the get group members function. And then once you have those potential contacts, then you would use the Interact Connect module to add them to your contacts. So once they're a part of your contacts, then you can get just go to Get Contact Emails, and it'll get both their emails and their phone numbers. So I have a file here loaded called mycontacts-csv. I'll show you this file real quickly. Open it here, and it's going to open in OpenOffice Calc. I recommend that you get this software. It's a nice free alternative to Microsoft Office. So this file was created using the Get Contacts module, and you see it has a LinkedIn profile, URL, the name, the title, the industry, and the location. So we're going to start running the Get Contact Emails module, and you'll see it collecting the email address as well as the phone number for each person. And it's going to create a column here and here for their email address and phone number. So I'm going to close this, and we're going to open this file. Well, it's already open, so we're going to go ahead and run the program. Click Start, and it's going to go through my contacts, and if their phone number and email address are available, as you see here, it shows their email address and their phone number. So it's going to get that for each of your contacts and go profile to profile, get their contact information for you, their email address and their phone number. And then it's going to add it to that file called Get Contacts, called My Contacts. So I'm going to let this run and show you the result when we get back. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are done, and it says here done, emails added to mycontacts-.csv. So we're going to go ahead and it's on my desktop. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that file has to offer. So we're going to open the file. Okay, so we go over to the end, and now you see we have a column called email addresses and a column called phone number. So we have all the emails that are available and the phone numbers where they're available. So we have the information here when it's listed. Not everyone puts their email address to contact or their phone number. So when it's available, the software get it. If not, it says none listed. So that's it. I just wanted to show you this update. This is Nate Jackson signing out, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, this is Nate Jackson. We're back again. We're going to go on to the next feature, which is people you may know. As you know, LinkedIn suggests people you may know. And one of the things that really makes the software very user friendly is that you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to save a file name, and then click start, or you're going to upload a file that you've already created and then click start. And then the only other thing you'll need to do is that there are certain features where you're going to have to type in a title to a message and then type in your message and set timing settings. Other than that, that's pretty much the extent of, and you get so much data and interactivity with just those few tasks that you have to do. So it makes the software really simple to use. I've been working on simplicity and trying to optimize layout design. So I'm getting there, and I think I get better each software that I release. So we're going to go to people you may know. So you click people you may know, and it tells you to get that it's activated. Get people you may know is activated. So you click OK, and you want to choose a file name to save your data, and then click the start button. And I make this just brain dead simple for you. So if you're going to save a file, then you can't click upload the file. If you're going to upload the file, you can't click save the file. And it reminds you that you're going to either it's preferable to do a type CSV file, but if you don't have a spreadsheet software, you can always download OpenOffice for free at openoffice.org, or I think at sourceforge.net slash OpenOffice or something like that. But you can just go to sourceforge.net and search for OpenOffice. I don't get any kind of compensation from OpenOffice. I just really think it's a great software. The fact that they basically give you a Microsoft Office type package for free. So I recommend everybody use that. And that's what I use. So you're going to click Save File and save your file name as to what you're going to call your contacts. So I'm going to call it People I May Know. I may know dot CSV. And there's no reason for you to really name it as a text if you don't have a spreadsheet, because you can always use OpenOffice for free and have a spreadsheet. So we're going to click Save. And so that's the file name that it's going to be saved as. And then I'm going to click Start, and it's going to go to the People You May Know page and then just download all the results. So click Start, and we're at People You May Know. And it's just going to go through all the results and create another spreadsheet for us. And it's going to scroll down as long as LinkedIn gives us results. So we just watch it do that. I'm going to fast forward, and we'll show you what we come up with. Before I fast forward, what you can do with this, since you can't send messages, as far as I know, only to people that you're connected to or that you belong to the same group with, or if you have a paid account, what you can do with this is, with these results, you can decide who you want to connect with them, and then once you connect with them, that gives you access to their email address, and it also gives you the ability to message them. But unless you're in the same group with them, you have to be connected in order to send messages through LinkedIn, or in order to get their email address. So my software connects for you as well, and we're going to go through that feature in another video. But for now, we're just going to fast forward this and show you the results that we get for people you may know. Okay, we're back. And says done. 1,000 people you may know saved to peopleimayknow.csv on my desktop. And I believe, from what I've seen, about 1,000 is going to be the maximum you're going to get. And if you have an account that doesn't have many connections, you probably won't get 1,000. But I have I think we found 397 connections of mine, and I was able to generate 1,000 results. And that probably is going to be the limit of people you may know. So we're going to go to that file, take a look at what it looks like. And people I may know. Here it is. Open it. All right, so we have the profile URL, we have the name, title, uh, their ID, their LinkedIn ID, and the number of shared connections. So we scroll down, take a look here, looking good, and we're down to 1,001. So 1,000 plus our title, that makes 1,001 rows. So everything looks good, and there we are. So we can use this to, if we want to add more connections, if you want to sort it by the number of shared connections you have, you could do that. I mean, you have to know a little bit about how to sort in a Excel or in OpenOffice, but you can definitely do that, and then prioritize it by, um, let's see, yeah, prioritize it by the number of connections that you have if you want to sort it that way. Did it the wrong way. There we go. So if you wanted to add connections and see who you're most likely to connect with, that's a good way to do it. So and so you can add connections, and then once you add them as a connection, then you can get their email address, and you can also send them messages through LinkedIn. So that's how we get people you may know. And so we're going to go on to the next feature, which is the LinkedIn search, I believe. Let's see. Yep, LinkedIn search. And this is a very powerful feature. I'm going to be excited to run through it with you. So see you in the next video. Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson. Okay, so the next feature that we're going to explore is the LinkedIn search feature. And this is one of my actually favorite features that I put into the software. It gives you so much information that you have access to. So what it is it's a way for you to leverage the power of the search bar and get the results for practically any search that you can enter into LinkedIn. So the first thing you want to do is, let's start over. We want to go to Get Data, click LinkedIn Search, and then it says LinkedIn Search activated. And so we have a set of instructions here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to choose the proper search type: people, groups, or jobs. There's also companies, and I believe posts and universities. And so and then after that, you're going to enter your search keyword. Click the search button. So you enter your search keyword in the search box. Click the search button, which is a magnifying glass, which is right here, and then you'll be able to choose additional filters if you want. And there's another step here. You're going to choose a file name by saving the file, and then you're going to click the start button. So we click OK here, and the first thing we want to do is go over to this drop down menu here, and you can choose people, jobs, companies, groups, universities, or posts. I don't have inbox in there yet, but you can choose these other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's start with people. So let's say I used to work as an engineer. So let's say we want to search for people who have the title engineer and people with engineer titles. So we click that, and then we're going to click so it updated. So we'll just click it again. I know a lot of these guys, actually. Some of these I'm connected to. So we have 13 million results for engineer. Now you're not going to get 13 million results. I believe it tops out at somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 is how many you'll get, because it's paginated, uh, and so it's going to go through each of the pages, and I think you can go up to like 100, 150 pages or something like that. So on the left side of the screen, you have the different filters that you can further narrow your results down to. So if you only wanted your second connections and your third and everyone else connections, so people that you currently are not connected to and can't message, then you could filter that out. And then if you have a plan to add these people as connections, because first connections you can already message, people that you share groups with, so group members you can already message. So if you only wanted to find people that you can't currently message so that you can connect with them and then message them, then that would be the filters that you wanted to choose. If you already, your first connections, these are the same as your contacts, so you don't really need to do that unless you wanted to filter your contacts by other criteria. Say if you only want to find your contacts that were local to you, then you could do something like that. So let's say we only wanted to find our second and third level connections. We pick those, and if you wanted to filter by location or filter by the current company where they work or by their industry or by their past company, you can filter all that, and then LinkedIn is just going to update the results that appear. So you can choose any of those. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's say second and third level connections who went to MIT and live in Houston. Um, Location. Let's see, Houston. Let's see. So let's see. So from there, once you have your results defined, then you're going to pick a file name. So click the Save File button. So I'm going to call this MIT Engineers in Houston.csv. Save that. And from there, I believe our search is ready to go, and it's going to go through all these results. So 467 results. And we're going to click Start, and it's going to start cycling through these results, and we'll see what this looks like. It's going to be in the same format as our Get Contacts results without the email addresses. So we're going to come back. I'm going to fast forward through here. We're going to come back and take a look at the results. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're back. It says we found 467 results. Results saved to desktop, MIT Engineers in Houston.csv. So close that and take a look at the file. MIT Engineers in Houston. Profile as usual. Name, title, industry, and location. You see that? A lot of oil and energy here in Houston, which is to be expected. 468, so we're good. So we have the name, their title, their industry, and their location. So we're going to show you how we use the LinkedIn search for other types of searches, not only people, but we can also search the other categories, and I'll show you how that works. Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson. We're going to continue with the LinkedIn search feature. So as I've said, let's go back here. We can pick from people, jobs, companies, groups, universities, and posts. So I'm going to show you how we can leverage groups, because with groups you have the ability to leverage your connections for anyone that you belong to, any person who's in the same group that you are, you share a group, you can message them just as you can message your contacts. So I think that's a pretty important uh, place to start. And the rest of the features work the same as people in groups. So once you know how to search for people in groups, you can search for jobs, companies, universities, or posts. And we have all the same filtering options with all of the different categories. So we're going to find, so we select the groups selection, and then we're going to search for just a keyword. So if you want to search for groups about marketing, and you can either pick groups about marketing or you can click the blue magnifying glass. I like to do the magnifying glass. Doesn't really matter. So we find 39,778 results for marketing. If you want to filter that down just to English, you can do that. If you want to filter by a different language, or you want to just pull your groups, you could do that. And there's more filters. Well, these are just different categories, so you don't really want to do that if you're looking for groups. Advanced, what's here? Well, these are for different types of categories, so I'd recommend not messing with the filters if you're searching for groups. So we filtered it down to 31,051 results. I don't think you're going to get more than about, it's either 1,000 or 1,500. I'm not sure how many it's going to give you, and LinkedIn can be funny sometimes. Sometimes, depending on how big your network is, that affects how many results they're going to let you have. Also, LinkedIn will, if you want to be, you don't want to just use it with reckless abandon. You want to space out your searches over, not just back to back to back, because LinkedIn will take notice and will possibly send you an email saying, it looks like I've gotten an email when I was developing this software because I was doing so many searches. I got an email saying that it looks like multiple people are using your account, and that was just from the volume of searches I was doing because I was doing so much testing over and over. And when you use the software, really you're going to do a search, and then you're going to have the data that you need. So you're not going to be doing back-to-back searches because you do one search, you're going to be fine. You do a search per day, you're going to be fine. So anyway. So you have your search results, and the next thing we need to do is pick a file name. So we choose Save File, and I'm gonna call this marketinggroups.csv. And with these results, you can find groups that you want to join. And from there, once you join the groups, then you can post to the groups, and you can also download the members of the groups that it gives you. And from once you download the members of the groups, then you can message those members, because you can message any member in any group that you belong to. So that goes much further beyond just your first level contacts. You can message any member of any group that you share a group with. So we do our keyword, pick our category, do our filter, and save a file name, and then click Start. So we're going to click Start, and the software is going to do its thing. And we're going to come back and take a look at what these results look like. Okay, we're back, and it says we found 1,000 results saved to marketinggroups.csv. So we're going to, I stepped away for a while, so we got this message coming up, but our file should be okay if it says we have 1,000 groups. I believe 1,000. Wasn't sure if it was 1,000 or 1,500 groups that would turn up. It looks like we may have possibly been logged out of LinkedIn, but let's see what we have here in the file. So marketinggroups.csv. Going to open that up. And here it is. So we'll open it. Everything's like it was. All right, so here we have the group URL, the number of members, the group name, number of members, the group name, the group description, and the number of discussions. And I think that's all I get for you. yeah, so we have all that. So we have the number of members, so you can always sort by this column. So if you want to sort from greatest to least, uh, or you can sort however you want. It's a spreadsheet, so just do what you want with it. Number of discussions, and let's see how many results we have. Da, 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 da. 1001 plus, so that's 1,000. So, and these are all marketing groups like we were searching for: content marketing, Asia Alliance, inbound marketing, marketing community, jobs marketing. So, and looks like we go from, I think, 1 million down to 122 members. That's 179 million members down to 122 members. So that's 1,000 results for marketing groups. So with this, you can now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that LinkedIn only allows you to join 50 groups. They have a very low limitation. So I guess they figure that's the most that people can really handle if they're not using a software like ours. So they allow you to join 50 groups. So it's important for you to, if you wanted to use the software to join groups, you can do that. I put that functionality in there, but I really advise you to choose wisely which groups you want to join because you can only belong to 50. So joining 50 groups is something that you could really do by hand if you wanted to, but you can do it in the software. I'm going to show you how to do that. But keep in mind you can only belong to 50. So you in order to if you get capped off at 50, if you reach that limit, you're going to have to leave some groups before you can join more. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to show you what we can do, what else we can do with, well, where are we? We're doing the LinkedIn search right now. So let's see. I'm going to have to restart this because I got logged out of LinkedIn. So I'm going to restart the software, and from there we're going to go through the other features. So I'll end this video and then we'll start another video. Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson. We're back. So just log back in. I think I got timed out or lost. I think I lost my data connection. Don't have the best internet service, but everything still works. So yeah, so it had trouble getting back to the home page. So probably a data connection got interrupted or something. So just a little bit more information about how you can use this search feature. Say you can search for jobs. So if you wanted to search for, I don't know, accounting, it'll actually pull up the available jobs that are posted. So you can download those listings as well. So let's see, I'm going to filter this down by quite a bit. So we can, let's see. I want to get a very small set of results. So let's see. I'm just doing this on the fly. So 876. So let's try a zip code. 333. So how else can we filter it? Let's see. Okay, so 62 jobs at Sonic Drive-In. So, okay, so there's a general manager job at Sonic Drive-In. That's great. This looks like the same thing posted over and over. So let's do something different. So let's look at Robert Half Finance. Okay, so they have some jobs posted here. So we have our results just like before. Want to make sure we're in the LinkedIn search results. LinkedIn search module activated. So click OK. Choose our file name. So we're going to call this Houston Accounting Jobs .csv. Save, and it should be 3 pages of results. So it won't take very long. Click Start. And we are off. That's page 1. Oh, they do 25 results on this one. I mean, yeah, LinkedIn does 25 results per page on certain searches. So all on one page. So let's go to that file. So Houston accounting jobs. You hear my kids in the background. I'm at home, folks, so this is the life. Just write software for you, put it out, spend time with my kids. Okay, so it's opening. We have 25 jobs listed, job title, company, location, and the posting date. So, and the link. So if you wanted to, if you're seeking a job, this is a way for you to download them really quickly and have ways to uh, store them and go back to them, find out more about them. Uh, Whatever. It's just another perk of using the software. So we'll close that. Let's see. Close that. Close that. And what else can we search for? We can search for companies. So let's search for companies. Houston. Okay, so we're going to find companies in Houston, Texas area. And whatever you type in is going to have the keyword in the name of the in the main name. So we're searching for companies that are named Houston something. So let's say who's hiring. We're going to filter this down again. So it's by first connections, which means that I have connections that work at these places. Okay, so yeah, so it's either looks like it's either in the name or the location. So so these are the companies where my first level connections work. So yeah, so this will be a really quick search. So we've got that set up, ready to go. We need a file name. So we'll say save file, company, Houston companies, first of contacts.csv. Save that, and let's see what these results look like. So click start. Should all be one page or 2 pages. Okay, so companies is on 2 pages. So if you wanted to, I don't know, find a job where one of your contacts works, or find out more about somewhere that one of your contacts works, you can do that. I don't know. This is up to you. I just give you the ability to do what you want to do. So let's see. We have 12 results: the company URL, the company name, the industry, the location, the company size. Yeah. Okay. And so you have the URL. You could always follow up and find out more about it. So we have that. Let's see what else we can pull out of LinkedIn for you. So LinkedIn search, activated. I really didn't have to do that, but I have it. So we've done people, jobs, companies, groups, universities, and we'll do search for all universities. Don't even type in anything for the keyword. You can do search for all universities, and it sorts it by the number of alumni on LinkedIn. So from greatest to least. And then if you wanted, you could filter it down by location. You could filter it by city. Okay. You could filter it by number of alumni. 258 results. Let's do more than that. Not going to take that call right now. So let's filter it by more. So let's take off United States. 5 results. So let's change that to Texas instead of just Houston. See what we get there. Can't do by state, have to do by city. Okay, so I could add all these cities. So let's add San Antonio. Let's add Dallas, Fort Worth area. Let's add Austin. And so we'll leave it at that. So we're doing, oh, that's Australia. Austin, Texas. All right, so we have 13 results of universities in Texas with more than 10,000 students. So that's a good way to filter down some data. It should be 2 pages of results. So click a file name. Let's see. Texas universities. .csv. All right, so click start, and it should be 1 or 2 pages of results, and then we should be able to. And actually, with LinkedIn, if you wanted, you could find alumni of different universities, and if you wanted to get that data. All right, so let's go through this page. And we're on to the second page. And we're done. It gives us 13 results. So let's see what this file looks like. Texas universities. And there we go. So you have the URL. You can always follow up with that for more information. And I'll show you, you can actually get alumni from different universities using that same search feature. So university URL, name, location, number of alumni. Close that. So say we wanted to find, let's say, MIT, people who studied at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I'm a little partial to MIT, it's my alma mater. So, and we wanted to only find second, third level connections. I kind of did this before. So, yeah, you could filter that way. So, if you wanted to find alumni from a particular university because you have some sort of university project going on, this would be a great way to get that information. Oh, this is where employer. So if you wanted to find people who worked there and went to school there, or you can do that. And it's just the same thing. So you filter your query, and then you just you pick a file name. I'm not going to do this one because we've kind of done this one already. So pick a save file name, and then just click the start button, and it's going to give you up to 1,000 results. So that's that. Oh yeah, I know where the 1,500 came from. I was able to. You can get 1,500 group members for groups that you belong to. That's where the 1,500 limit comes into play. All right, so let's do another search. So we've done people, companies, jobs, groups, universities, posts. So let's find posts. Yeah, we already have MIT here, so we might as well just leave it there. So we can find posts about a particular topic. We can filter it by, let's see, Ariana Huffington. She's Huffington Post lady. 46 results about MIT posted by Ariana Huffington. And let's see what we get when we run this search. So we'll find Huffington MIT posts .csv. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to click start, and we'll see what we come up with. 46 results, so it won't take very long. Should be no more than 5 pages. And with this one, we get the title. We get basically everything you see on the screen here. We get the title of the post, the description of the post, the author of the post, the author's profile URL, the number of posts by that author, I believe the number of followers. Basically everything you see on the screen you're going to get in your spreadsheet. So, and the good thing about it is you get the post URL of the URL of the actual person who made the post. So we can use that data in the same way as far as adding connections or sending messages if you have a paid LinkedIn account. So you can comb through that data and find something that's relevant to whatever your project is, and use it to your advantage. I mean, just think about how much time you're going to be saving as opposed to having to manually search and click all these results and then bookmark them and save them, copy and paste to Notepad or whatever you use. So we're saving you a lot of time here, folks, and you have to start to wonder how much your time is worth when you see an opportunity to save time, yet you're paying someone else to do it for you, or you're spending your time basically doing data entry. So let's look at Huffington MIT Post and see what we get in this file. Okay, so we get let's let it open here. We get the post URL. We get the title, the summary, the date it was posted, the number of views, the author profile URL, the position of the author's number of posts, and the number of followers for that author. And if there were more than one author, then it would reflect all the data for everyone who showed up in the results. So since we filtered it by one author, that's why it's all the same. But trust me, it works just like all the other versions of the search that I've shown you. And so that's, folks, I'm giving you so much data here. I really don't know what to say, but you're getting a good package here. All right, so now we're going to I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do next. Either I'm going to go to the Interact module, or I'm going to go to the Groups module. I think I'm going to go to Groups first, and then we'll go to Interact, because part of interacting has to do with what you can do with groups. So I'll save the best for last, because social media is all about interacting and not just getting data. So we're going to get the data, and then I will show you what you can do with that data. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson. I'm here to show you the next feature. We're going to go over to the Groups module for now, and then we're going to come back to the Interact module, where you can connect with all these people that you've downloaded, and also send messages to people that you're connected with and to group members. But since a lot of the messaging has to do with group members, I'm going to show you how that works first. So we have 4 functions in the Groups module. We have My Groups, which is going to download all of the groups that you're currently a member of. We have the Join Groups function, which will join groups that you have downloaded if they're groups that, up to, I'm not sure if you can join more than 50 and then only be accepted to 50, or if you can only join 50. But that's just a minor detail. But you can belong to up to 50 groups, but there's a period of time that has to that's going to pass before you're actually accepted to. You can probably join more than 50 and only be accepted into 50. You can post to groups. I'll come back to that when we do the interactions. And you can get group members. So what we're going to do is we're going to do My Groups, then we're going to get group members, then we're going to join groups, post to groups, and then do the interaction stuff. So first, we're going to click My Groups, and that's going to My Groups activated. You're going to save a file name. It's right here. It pulls up your results. I'm in 22 groups on LinkedIn, so So let's say we save file. I'll call this my groups.csv. So what we're going to do is we're going to save these groups, and then I've done this before. And then once we do that, then we're going to pull the group members from this group, and that's where it gets really powerful because you can pull up to. I've been able to pull up to 1,500 members profiles per group. The same way we're pulling contacts, we can pull group members, and once we pull group members, then we can message them. So you can, since you can belong to up to 50 groups at a time, and you can pull around 1,500 members per group, then that's potentially like 75,000 group 75,000 profiles that you can download and you can work out a schedule that doesn't look too spammy or too automated. Then you can potentially message all of those members. With our timing settings in the poster, then you'll be able to do that. And with the timing settings in our poster, you'll be able to do that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to just download all of our groups. So we picked the file name, we have our groups listed, and we're just going to click start. And it's going to do that. Should be 1 or 2 pages. And then from there, I'll show you how to get the group members. Should be 3 pages, I think. Yep, 3 pages. So 10 per page. Okay, and we've already searched for groups before, so this is gonna you should already know what this file looks like. So 22 results, save to my groups. Where is it? It should be right here. We open that file and we'll see what these groups consist of. It should be the name of the group, the description, the number of members, the number of discussions, and the profile URL, or the group URL. So open that, and these are groups that you currently belong to. Well, these are groups I belong to, but this is to get the groups that you belong to. So we have group URL, the number of members, the group name, group description, number of discussions. So 22 groups, so we're good. Yep, so these are groups that I've created for testing purposes. So we're going to show you how posting works in these groups. And so close that, and we'll go ahead and keep this. No, we'll go to another video because this is 5 minutes. I want to keep my videos short. So we're going to bring in the next feature, which is getting group members. And this is where we really start to get powerful because we'll just wrap it up here and go into the next video. See you soon. Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson. I'm back. We're ready for the next module now. We're going to get group members. And so as I think I may move that up in the menu just for the flow. I don't know. So anyway, so like I said, with group members, you can download their information and then you can connect with them or you can send them messages. So LinkedIn will allow you to message any member of a group that you belong to, so you don't have to be connected. And then they're right now they're giving about 1,500 members in their search results per group. So if you belong to their maximum of 50 groups, then that's potentially 75,000 group members that you can download. Plus, once you can always leave a group, join another group, and then you have access to even more members. You just have to keep your total number. So, I mean, potentially you could join 50 groups, get the members, leave those 50 groups, join 50 more groups. Boom, now you have 150,000 members in your set of data. So you just have to be creative. So let's see. So we have our groups uploaded, and yeah, so that's it. You upload the file, push start, and get out of the way. And so you see here, it's at the first group, social media marketing, and it's going to pull up the members. It's going to keep pulling up members till LinkedIn says, up, no more members for you. So it's going to do that, and then we're going to create our what are we going to get? I guess we're going to get the URL of the person and their title, because that's all that we're being given on the page. So we're going to get the person's name, the URL of their profile, and their title. And then from there, you can connect with them, and you can send them messages. So this is going to go one by one through each group. And it's going to create now this one you can't determine where your files are saved. I created it so that it's going to create a folder on your desktop, and I'll show you where that folder is going to be located. So let's see. It's going to be in your My Documents, and in a folder called in your My Documents there'll be a folder called Create Automate, and right now the folder inside that folder is called LIVA. It's probably going to leave it the same, just so I can get this out to you. And then I think it's in groups, my groups. It might be in people, but I'm not sure. We'll find it. Yeah. Okay. So here is where it is. And it's already created the first file. I've run it a few times. So actually, I need to delete these files, but it's going to be in LIVA, in your documents, create automate, LIVA, groups, my groups, and then that's where the group members will be. So let's delete all this, and it's going to, if you're familiar with FB Virtual Assistant, you know I have a function in there called Lead Scout, where it does the same thing for Facebook groups, but it creates a file for each individual group, and then it also creates a composite file for that combines all the results into one file, so that you don't have to go through and open each file to get your results. So it does it both ways. So I'm going to show you how that works, and from there I'm going to show you a few of them. This is going to take a while to run, but I'll show you once the first couple have been created, then we'll show you how the file structure is laid out. So you're going to have a composite file called mygroups.csv with the number, I think it's the number 0, and then each individual group will be numbered in the sequence that we get the information, as well as the title will be in the name of the file .csv. So we'll have a composite with all the groups combined and each individual. Sorry I repeat myself, but I like to be thorough. So it's going to scroll through here, and I'm going to fast forward this and come back once we have the first two files created, because it's going to create two files after the first group. And then from there, it'll be one file for each group, with the composite being updated each time. And while we're here, folks, I just want to tell you that when you're using the software, just use some common sense. Uh, don't don't overuse it. You get the information that you need, but don't just play around with it, because LinkedIn will, if they see that so many requests are being made that there's no way a human could be doing this manually with a keyboard and a mouse, they'll take notice. I haven't had any consequences, but I know LinkedIn, they're not dummies, so they do have monitoring in place to see if someone's doing an exorbitant or unusual amount of activity. So just use the software for what you intend when you're pulling data, and and just kind of space it out. Don't just overdo it. Don't abuse it, because if you're just doing searches for the sake of searching, it'll probably come back and you may have some limitations put on your account or something. I don't know, but just use it for whatever purpose you need it, and don't just collect it just to collect. That's all I can really say. Just based on my experiences with Facebook and other sites, be as efficient as you can when you're running your searches. Okay, so we've finished the first group, and so let's see what we have here. So we're on to the second group now, hiring with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. So let's go to our groups folder, and we have our first group here created. So right here, this group 0, this is the composite group, and this group is going to be constantly updated every time you save the results from a second group, from another group. So our second group after this was going to be named number 2 dash whatever this was called, hiring with LinkedIn Recruiter, or whatever it was. So, and it's just going to continue to populate, and so each group is going to have its own separate file, and the results are also going to be added to this composite file. So let's take a look into the social media marketing file. All right, so we're going to open it. It's ready to open, and you're going to use this information to this is groups that you're already a member of. So this is the group URL that you're a member of, and then the LinkedIn ID of the person, the name of the person, their title, and is that it? And the group name that you're a member of with them. Yeah, so every file will have that information, and we're going to let this run for one more group, and then we'll go on to the next video. Oh, I'm sorry. How many did we even get? Let's open it again. Uh, Open it again, and we got, look at that, look at that, look at that. 1499, 1498, because we have the first row. So 1498 members from one group. You can belong to 50 groups, so let's round that up to 1500. You'll get around about 1500 or so. So 1500 times 50, that's 75,000. So that's potentially how many groups you can get the members of. And we have their profiles, so you can message them or connect with them. All right, so we're going to I'm going to fast forward this to get to the second group, and then I'll show you the results once we get all of my groups. Yeah, you'll get the idea once we get to the second group. You'll see that it adds the second group here and also adds the group to the composite. So you'll see. So we're going to just go ahead and let it keep running, and we'll be back. All right, so we have two groups down. We're on to the third group, SEO, SEM, social, mobile, whatever. So we have two groups now. Our second group has 276 kilobytes, so it's a little bit bigger than the first group. And we open that. Let's see what we have, how many members we have in this group. So same URL, LinkedIn ID, name, title, group name, and that's it. So then we scroll down, and we have 1500 on the dot. Well, 1499 because we have the title. So that's the second group, and while it's scrolling, I'm safe. I can open the composite file, and so it'll have all the information for both groups. And the way you can tell is you look at the group name here, and the first group is social media marketing. As we scroll down, the second group is hiring with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite, which is I'm taking a free trial of 30 days right now, and we're looking at 2,998 total. So that's almost 3,000. So it's about 1,500 per group. So as you just take the number of groups that you belong to, multiply that by 1,500, and that's how many members you're going to be able to add to your data. So if you belong to 50 groups, then that's going to be 75,000 members. So I think you get the point of how that works. So I'm going to stop this right now. I'll stop it soon, and we're going to go ahead and go on to the next video. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So we'll stop that, and then from here we're going to go to my groups, did that, get groups members. Now we're going to do join groups, post to groups, and then we're going to do the interact. All right, so I'm going to shut this down, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, guys, so the next feature that we're going to explore is the join groups function. So I ran a search for some groups I may be interested in joining, the software developers group. And so what I'm going to do is, and what I recommend doing is, for if you want to join groups, you can do it with the software, but you can only join 50 groups. So I would recommend, instead of using the software, just picking 50 groups that you want to join, and you can use the software to do it, or you can do it manually because it's only 50. It won't take much time. So, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the software. And what I would really say do is, unlike Facebook, where you can belong to 6,000 groups, since you only have 50 that you can join, you really want to pick and choose very carefully, and make sure that it's something that it's actually relevant to whatever your project is, and just make sure you're very specific, and it looks like a group where you'll actually have some productivity from being a member of that group, because you can only join 50. But like I also said, if you want to join 50, download the members, leave those groups, join 50 more, download the members, leave those groups. You can do that as well. So it's up to you. But just some kind of words of advice. So what I would do is just start by the number of members and sort your information so that you at least look at the ones with the highest number of members first, so that you can see exactly what the scope of the range of people that you'll be able to connect with. So what I would do is eliminate the ones that I don't want to group, and just leave the ones that I do want to join. Did I say don't want to group? Anyway, so okay, so let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comb through this file. I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me. But for the ones that I don't want to join, I would probably just delete those rows, since I'm not going to join them, because I can always run this search later, and actually just save it to a different file name. So I'll save it as, it's called software developer groups. I'll save it as software developer groups to join, so I don't mess up my original file. And so now I can eliminate the groups that I don't want to join, and only keep the ones that I do want to join for when I upload it. So I'm not looking for anything having to do with any jobs. Not interested in that. So eliminate that. And so what I do is I'm going to just pause this video and come back when I have the groups that I want to join. And so you'll see, and then I'll show you how the join feature works. So I'm going to pause it, come right back. Okay, guys, so we're back, and I came up with a list of 16 groups that I have an interest in joining. And once it got down to about 24 members in a group, everything below that was under 24. So it wasn't worth the time to really go down through those small numbers of groups. So I'm gonna show you what to do now. It's really very simple. You're just gonna upload this file and click join group, and it's going to join the groups, and you can set the timing settings if you want. You're only joining at most 50, so it's not really a big deal on on this module, but it is there available. So you can set the total number of groups you want to join, the delay between joins, so how much rest it takes between each join, the number of joins before it takes a break, and how many minutes your break is going to be. So we're going to go to the groups, join groups module, and join groups is activated, and it says upload your list of groups to join, and click the start button. So we click OK, and we're just going to upload that file that I just created, and I'm going to leave it on the default settings, and I'm going to show you it joining a couple, and then that's going to be it. So it's going to the first group, and it's going to click the Ask to Join button. So you'll see in a second here, it's going to change. I think it's going to change to pending, and that'll be pretty much it. There it is. So your request has been submitted, completed. The next in 194 seconds. So that's about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. I put a little bit of randomization, plus or minus, I think 15% of whatever the time is. So 180 plus about 15 seconds is within 15%. So it could really go up to about 210 seconds or something like that. What would it be? 18 plus 9, so 27 seconds, plus or minus. So it's going to wait 3 minutes and go to the next group. That's about all. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. It's going to go to the next group and join all the rest of the groups in the list. So, I mean, that really sums it up. There's nothing really else to see. So it's going to join the groups for you. We're going to go to the next video, which is post to groups. So I'm going to stop that, and we'll go to the next. We'll go to the next video. Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson. We're back with another video. We're going to go through the posting to groups function of LinkedIn. So we're going to go to groups, post to groups, and it says post to groups activated. Upload your list of groups to post to, choose your timing settings, set your title and your content, and then click the start button. And that's about it. So we click OK. We're going to upload a list of groups, and where is it? Let's see. I have a list of groups here. And now with posting to groups, you're going to input a title and you're going to input your message. So, and you can also, as you see here, there are some tooltips here. You can use Spintax to spin the content of your post. And the way that you spin your content is you use the curly brace, which is to the right of the P key on your keyboard, and you will put your first message number 1, or let's call it title number 1, and you're going to separate each message with the pipe symbol, which is 2 keys to the right of that. It's right underneath the backspace key. We'll call this title number 2, and we'll create another separator, title number 3, and then we close it with the closing curly brace. So we are going to rotate between these 3 titles, and then we're going to have 3 different messages. So message one, well, message one, message two, one pipe, message two pipe, and message three, and then close the curly braces. So I'm going to post these to some test groups that I've created and show you what happens when we spin our content. So it'll show you how you can rotate different titles, rotate different messages, and have a little variety in the messages that you post to different groups. We have timing settings here that you can set. Since there's only really 50 groups you can post to, I'm actually going to change this down. So you can I would assume with LinkedIn you're not going to get in trouble for posting to all 50 of your groups in one day. So what I'll change that down and change the timing settings. I may leave it as it is because these numbers will come in handy if you're doing if you're doing connections or if you're sending messages. So I'll probably leave it as it is, and you'll really only have to worry about this is just a maximum. So if you have 50 in your list, it'll just stop when it gets to the end of the list, and it'll actually correct itself. But you can still change the delay between messages, the number of messages you post to before a break, and if you wanted to take a break. So these settings are mainly for sending messages, but you could use them also for posting to groups. So I'm going to click the start button, and we're just going to show you what happens when you spin your message content. So it's going to go to the group, and it's going to pick either one of these three: title 1 or title 2 or title 3. So here it's title number 2, and it's going to be either message 1, message 2, or message 3, and message 2. So title 2, message 2, and it's going to click the post button, and it's going to wait. I'm going to start it over. I don't want to wait for 3 minutes. So let's change this. Let's change this down to a little shorter. So we're going to start it over. So title number 3 and message number 2. So it's pretty random. It picks one and then picks the other. They're not really correlated to one or the other. So it just posted the message. So you hear title number 3, message number 2. And then it's going to wait. We're going to wait 15, 14 seconds and then go to the next group. And you can actually change. We'll do this one and leave it again. Let me show you how the spinning works. This time is title number 2, and what's going to be message number 1. So, and now we're going to change the content. So I'm going to just put this is a test title, and this is a test body, and I'll just put a URL in here. I'll just put createautomate.com, and you can change that on the fly even while it's running, and it'll update. So that's how the group posting module works. It's going to post to this group, and then we're going to go into the connection feature as well as sending messages. So here it is. This is a test title. This is a test body, and it's going to post to the URL, and here it is. So that's how posting to groups works. You click the URL, and it'll actually open it in the software. So, but in LinkedIn, it's going to open in whatever browser. So we're going to go to the next feature. Shut that off. And we're going to go to the Interact module now, finally. And we're going to show you how to connect and how to send messages. So I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson, and right now we're going to go over the connect feature to make connections with LinkedIn. So what I have here, I've opened the file people I may know that I downloaded earlier, and we're going to find a few people for me to connect with. So the what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go over to the shared connections column, and I'm going to sort that from greatest to least, so I can find people that I have the most number of connections with. So I'm going to sort it that way, and I'm just going to upload it and going to make a few connections here. So let's see. Yeah, so this is good. I know these people, but we're just not connected on LinkedIn. So Ellie Hunt, I can't remember who that is, so I'm gonna delete. Well, I don't know who that is. Hopefully Ellie Hunt's not listening. Anyway, so I think we may have had some common coworkers, but I recognize all these names, so I'm going to upload this list and show you how this works. So let me save this file. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not delete it, but I'm going to cut it and just move that. I'm just going to put that somewhere in here and then paste it. I'll leave it there for later. And I'm going to delete this row. So what I recommend doing, I don't know, do it how you want, but just just do it how you want. But if you see someone who you don't recognize, because what LinkedIn does is if you have a lot of people that you invite to connect and they don't accept your connection, after a certain point, LinkedIn will require you to input their email address for you to send them a connection. So it's best to try to connect with people that you have the most chance of being accepted with. So that's one thing that you need to be aware of when you're connecting to folks. So I'm going to save this now and go ahead and close it. So, okay, so close that. And now, so we're going to go to the connect module. And so where connection is activated, and you need to upload a list of people to connect with, choose your timing settings, set your greeting, click the start button. Okay. So we're going to upload the list that I just created. You see it's 4:42 in the morning. And so this number is for the total number of connections you want to make in a day. This number is for the timings of how often you want to send a connection request. So right now I have it at 30 seconds, but it should really be, I'm just doing this for the purposes of a demonstration. You should really space it out to like, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. This is the total number of connections you want to make in a certain period in a batch before you take a break. And this is the length of the break that you want to take. So right now this is saying I'm going to send 100 requests every 30 seconds, half a minute, send 20 and then take a 60-minute break, and then send 20 more, take a 60-minute break. So you have the option of inputting a custom greeting when you do a connection. I'll show you here. So let's see, somebody that I don't know. Let's go to network, people you may know, and let's say if I went to his, I don't know this guy, but if I went to his site and I clicked connect, then you have an option of inputting a greeting here, or you can just leave it as it is, and then it'll click the button. And you also have to pick one of the ways that you know them. So if you want to customize this message, you can do that right here in the input your message box, and you can type it and it'll appear here. And you can also customize it with first name. You can put their first name, or you can put bracket, and this is the square bracket, first name, closing square bracket, or square bracket, full name, square bracket, and it'll attempt to put their first name and it will put their full name. If they have a funny kind of name, not a funny name, but if they have a name that includes more than two words, then it'll have trouble with the first name because they could be Dr. something, Dr. James or Dr. John or Dr. Jill or Dr. Joan. Or if they have a bunch of um, like degree certifications at the end, like MBA, PhD, MD, DDS, or Esquire, something like that, then it'll have trouble doing the first name because the way LinkedIn does it is they only give you two fields for the name. So if they are a doctor and they want to put doctor in their title, their first name will have to be input as Dr. So and so, and their last name will have to be Smith, comma MD, PhD, DDS, or whatever, right? MBA. So it makes it difficult to determine what their actual first name is. Plus, if they're a doctor, you probably want to address them as a doctor anyway if you're going to be sending them a greeting, if you're not like a close friend. So I put this text box here. If you're going to be this checkbox if you're going to be connecting with a lot of doctors and lawyers and people with titles and reverends and things like that. If you check this box, then every time it goes to someone, it will prompt you for how you want to refer to them. So it'll give you a box, and you can input exactly what you want to substitute for first name. So anyway, I'll show you how that works, and we'll just go through it. So I've uploaded my list, and so I'm not going to click that right now. I'm going to click that for the next one. So click start, and it's going to start inviting the people in my list. So here we go. So I don't type anything. It's just going to do the default. And it'll pick friend because if you you'd have to input this manually for each person differently if you didn't, and otherwise it would be kind of, so it's going to pick friend, so it doesn't really matter. So right now it's not going to change anything. So that invitation was sent. So this time I'm going to say hi space bracket first name close bracket, and it's going to put the first name of the next person. I'll say please accept my connection request. So you'll see it'll substitute the first name. Yeah. So it'll substitute first name with Joy. So just give it a second. It's going to go to the next page. Just watch down here and include a personal note. So see there, hi Joy, please accept my connection request. Okay, so this one I'm going to click so invitation to Joy sent. So now I'm going to click the checkbox, and it's going to prompt me to input their name, and it'll substitute whatever I input into first name. So we'll see what I put in there, and it's going to substitute for first name. So 5 seconds. So I'm going to put Ms. Town, Mrs. Town. So prompt will appear asking me how I want to refer to Beatrice. Okay, see that here? How do you want to refer to Beatrice? So I'll put Mrs. Town. And there it is. Hi, Mrs. Town. Please accept my connection request. So you have different options. And if you wanted to change first name to full name, all one word, then it'll put their full name by default. So I'll show you that. In 2 seconds. All right, so it's going to go to the next page. It'll say, hi, Stephen Martin. See, there it is. So that's how the connection function works. So we're going to go on to send messages, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it's Nate Jackson, and in this video we're going to review the features of the Messenger, how we can send messages using LinkedIn. Now, as I mentioned in my previous videos, there's 3 different types of people on LinkedIn that you can send messages to. You can send messages to your first level connections or your contacts. You can send messages to anyone that you share a group with, and you can send messages to people you're not connected to if you have one of LinkedIn's paid accounts. So you look here, it's not very it's pretty limited in how many people you can send to that if you're not connected to. If you have the basic account, you can send to 3 people. You have the Business Plus, you can send to 15 people a month. This is per month. 3 people per month, 15 people per month, and 30 people per month using the highest level. Now, I went and got a trial version. You can get a 30-day trial version of any of these plans. So I went and got a 30-day trial of the executive so I could get this feature working for you. And you can send, if you wanted to, if you're someone who needs to do that, then go ahead, and it's 30 people that you can send to. But the most powerful feature I find is the ability to send messages to group members, because using my software you can download up to 1,500 members per group, and LinkedIn allows you to be a member of 50 groups. So if you is 1,500 members per group at 50 groups, that's 75,000 members that you have the ability to message. Now, don't be silly and try to do that all in a short period of time, because I have no idea what will happen to your account, but I don't think it will be positive. But you have the ability to, spread that out over a few months, and really make some good networking connections. So I'm going to go through each of the different ways that each of the different types of people that you can send messages to, and we'll see exactly what the capabilities of the software are. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to the Interact and Send Messages module, and it's going to say Send Messages Activated. Upload your list of people to message, choose your timing settings, enter your subject and your message, and click the Start button. So click OK, and I'm going to show you here I have 3 different files of for people that I'm going to message. It is in my desktop. Just had it open. I don't know why I closed it. LinkedIn messaging. So I have a file with a group member, a file with a contact, and a file with someone who's not a contact. So I'll show you all 3 different ways all 3 different types of people that we can message using the software. So we have some timing settings here, And if you're familiar with my software, FB Virtual Assistant, for posting to groups on Facebook, these timing settings are very similar. You can pick the total number of people per day that you want to send a message to. You can pick the delay that the software takes between sending messages. You can set the number of messages that you want to send before taking a longer break, and you can set the length of the break. So right now, the way that it's set up with the default settings, it's going to send 100 messages in a day at 3 minutes between messages. It's going to send 20 messages and then take a 60-minute break. Then 20 more messages and a 60-minute break. 20 more messages and 60-minute break. So when you're sending a message, there's two fields that you have to fill out. You fill out the subject or the message title, and you fill out the body of the message. So each of these fields can use Spintax. So I'm going to show you kind of how that works. I also showed how Spintax works in the post to groups video. So if you want to go back to that video, you can see how Spintax works. But basically, Spintax is the ability to rotate through different messages each time you send a message, and it randomizes your message so that each time you can send a different message to a different person. So it's not so robotic. So let's say you had 3 different types of messages that you wanted to send to a group of people. And I'm going to just say, for the title, I'm going to say hello. So the first message will be hello. And so before I do this, you also have the ability to add customization to your messages, and by adding the first name of the person in your title and in the body of your message. And you do that with a couple of variables. One is first name. You just type the square bracket, which is right next to the P on your keyboard, the letter P, right to the right of the letter P on your keyboard. Hit the square bracket and then type first name, all one word, first name. Or you can do the full name of the person. And when you do that, if you put that in your title or in the body of your message, then it's going to replace the variable with the person's first name or the person's full name. Don't use both, because if you use both, it's going to use the full name and not the first name. Now, there are a couple of caveats to using the first name. If you use the first name and the person's name has more than 2 words in it, like if it's Dr. John Smith or Jane Smith, MBA, then the software is smart enough to prompt you to ask you how do you want to refer to that person. And that's basically a limitation in the way that LinkedIn sets up their first and last name. They only give you 2 fields. They don't give you a field for a title and then a first name and then a last name and then a suffix. So if someone is a doctor, they have to put their first name as Dr. Jane, and then if their last name would be Smith, MBA. That's how they have to fill it out to create an account. So the software detects whenever there's more than 2 words in their name, their first and last name, and if that's the case, then it's going to ask you how do you want to refer to this person in your message. So you'll see an example of that. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to pick one of the files to upload. And where is it? We go to LinkedIn messaging. The first thing we're going to do is the My Contact. So I'm going to say hi, first name, and I'm going to say first name, please ignore this message. I'm testing some software that I've written for a demonstration. Nate. Okay, and also one other thing is I have this checkbox here so that if you always want to be prompted for the name of your the recipient, then if you check that, it'll prompt you every time it goes to the next person. So that's useful if you're sending messages to lots of doctors and reverends and generals and sergeants and people who have titles and things in their name, and you want to address them as Doctor So and so or Sergeant So and so or Reverend So and so or whatever. You can customize it every time. The algorithm to do that would be it would take a long time to write to figure out all the different combinations. I really don't know if it's possible with LinkedIn because it's just two fields and it's just so many different combinations. Anyway, so this is going to be the first message, and you'll see that it's going to substitute the person's name for first name, and it's going to substitute the person's name right here for first name. So so I have a file loaded, and I'm going to click play, start, and here we go. All right, so it's about to fill out the form. Subject. There it is. And the body. There it is. So you see it substituted the first name with the name of the person. So it's going to click send the message, and then it's going to go on a wait for, let's change this to 1 minute. And that was the only one in there, so there's not going to be a wait. But it would normally wait but 60 seconds plus or minus about 15%, whatever you set it for. I originally had it at half a minute, but I changed it to a minute, but it really didn't matter because there's only one person in that list. So that's how it sends a message to a connection. Now the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a group member. So I'm going to upload the list called group member. It only has one name in it also. So we're not going to mess with any of the settings. So with this one, we are going to, I know this one, I'm going to show you how you get prompted for input when the name is more complicated than just a first name and a last name. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one. And this is going to be Dr. Frederick Simmons in this group. So it's going to go to that. Here it is. And you notice the message box looks different because that's how you message when you send to a group. So there's no subject in when you message to a shared group member. So you only have to fill out the body, but just fill it out anyway. So see here, since it popped up, since it's Dr. Frederick Simmons, we're going to address it to Dr. Simmons. And click OK, and it's going to populate. Just give it a second. You there? Okay, you have to uncheck the. Yep, it did it itself. It unchecked it, and it's click the send button. So there it is. So that's how you send to a member of a common group. And finally, we're going to show you how to send an in-mail message, which is a message to a person that you're not connected to if you have a LinkedIn paid account. So we're going to go to non-contact, upload that list, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to just click done, messages sent, and we're going to click, we're going to upload a new file, non-contact, and we're going to click start. So it's going to go to someone who's not in my network and not in a group. And you'll see how that process goes. I actually know this person, so it's okay for me to send a message like this. He's actually one of my partners and my nephew, in case you were wondering. Very good developer in his own right. Very good marketer as well. Anyway, so if you want to check him out, so it's going to click the Send in Mail button, and it's going to pull up the message box, and it's going to do the same. Hi, Xavier, and fill in the message. There you go. Xavier, please ignore this message. I'm testing software that are written for a demonstration. It's going to click the button. And that's it, folks. So we have gone through all the modules for Linked Engine. And if you haven't gone through all of them, I suggest that you do. There'll be some sort of playlist on this wherever you're viewing this video. So I have several, at least 10 or 11 other videos that I've created for the different modules and functions in Linked Engine. I suggest that you take a look at them all so you get a good handle on exactly how powerful this software is and how much time it can save you in your marketing and your recruiting and your sales efforts. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. This is Nate Jackson signing out, and I'll talk to you soon.